Hello, guys. All right. Hello, guys. We're just doing a quick mic check to make sure that everything is working. If you guys can hear me, please let me know in chat. Also, as you guys jump on in, please say hello. Apologies if you guys are joining late, because we did forget, just a little lapse of judgment to put up the schedule for the week yesterday. So if you guys are missing the beginning, I apologize for that. Hello, Uzala. Welcome. Thanks for joining. As you guys know, if you've been here before, this will be a vocab lesson. Today, the subject is going to be social media. Just some quick ground rules. Make sure that if you guys are watching, which you guys are all doing, I highly recommend that you guys watch this video live. So don't watch the playback, watch it live so that you can say hi, since this is an active class. Also, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit the like button. It really does help us out a lot. Also, I want to point out that we actually made a video for talking about social media, Part 1, Band 9 sample answers, with Phil here. Say hi, Phil. I'm going to put that in chat now in case anyone wants to check it out afterwards. Hi, Chang. Welcome. Yeah, so we were quite proud of that video. It's one of our more popular ones, and so if we get more people to watch it, it'll help us out a lot. If you guys don't know this already, we have been doing this for about a year, so we have over 200 videos. So if there's a part of the IELTS exam that you don't really know, and we haven't gotten to it on the live stream, I highly recommend you guys look through our videos and find it, because I promise you, it is there. Okay, without further ado, hello everyone. Let's get started into vocab for social media. Whoa, 5 people, nice. Welcome, guys, thanks. Say hi as you join. Just a reminder, if you're trying to improve your speaking on your own, without a teacher, you can do that. You can work on your vocab and grammar by following these 4 steps. Record yourself answering a question. Focus on fluency, just chat. Listen to the recording, write down your mistakes. Record yourself again with the same questions, same answers, but you focus on grammar. And then you write down everything and send it to us, or send us the recording. We would be more than happy to listen to your second recording. Don't send us your first recording. There will be way too many mistakes. Send us your second recording, and then me and Phil can listen to it or look at your transcript and tell you higher level vocab you can use, fix any grammar problems that you don't know you're making, and help you out. So you can send that to corrections@theieltsgrind.com, and me and Phil will be happy to help you with that. So again, you can do steps 1 through 3 without a native speaker. If you do this, your grammar will improve. Your vocab will improve. But it does take a bit of work. All right. So also remember to improve your vocab. Keep reading. And yeah, let's get started with our usual stuff. So remember, guys, I like an active class. If you guys are active, this live stream will keep going. If you guys are quiet, the live stream will end sooner. And I know that you guys love these vocab lessons. So in case you guys have forgotten, we do have the document right here. It's open to everyone. So we know sometimes if you're on a mobile device, the picture may get fuzzy. So if you guys want to follow along with today's document, just click the Google Doc right there. Okay. So a broad range of vocabulary. Hello, Bai, welcome. Hello, Cheng. Hello, Uzal. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's see what vocab we already know about social media. So what are some categories that we can come up with? And again, we're not thinking about questions right now. We're not thinking about the IELTS exam at all. We're just building up vocab that we already know. So we have social media platforms. We have social media people. So words that we use with that. Describing social media. And types and social media content. So let's just go through these really fast. And of course, if you guys can think of any other categories that we could come up with vocabulary for, that would be great. Just a reminder, the reason why we're doing this now, we're putting all the words that you already know together into this document, is so that we can build schema. Schema is the connections in your head between words. So it's always better when you're learning a new word to connect it to a word you already know. So we're doing this to put all the old words that you already know at the front of your head so that you remember them. And yes, YouTube is considered social media. So social media platform, we have YouTube, which means that I'm a YouTuber, which means, whoa, that's weird. I don't think of myself as a YouTuber at all, but I am a YouTuber. So wow, I'm a social media influencer, which is another word that we can put up here. So social media influencer. Maybe you've heard influencer before. Now you know what it is. It's a person who influences people on a social media platform. I'm an influencer. That's so weird. Facebook, Twitter, and podcast. Changs, those are great. Is podcast social media? I'm not 100% sure about that. I know that Facebook is. I know that Twitter is. Maybe podcasts. Let me give you some examples of what is not social media, just so that you guys know the difference. So TV is not social media. Radio is not social media. That's why I put podcasts as maybe, because for it to be social media, there needs to be interaction. You need to be able to communicate with the people using it. Like you guys during my live stream. So podcasts, there is often interaction, but a lot of the time it's just one way. And so that's why I'm putting it in maybe. A blogger, yes. So a blog. By the way, the reason why I'm saying a blog is just for you guys who are learning vocab. Whenever there's a really strong collocation, like the article and the noun, a blog, I like to write it down like that in my vocab notebook, just so that I know they often go together. It's the same reason why I don't put the or before YouTube or Facebook, because we never say that. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people say the Facebook. I know if you're a high-level user, that sounds really weird, but you know, people don't learn that you don't usually use the article, the, before Facebook. So a blog, and then over here, a blogger. Nice. Do you know that Phil is a blogger? He has a couple blogs, actually. Maybe you guys can ask him during his next live stream. Tell us about your blogs. I'm sure he'll love that. He'd love to get the views. Okay. Which actually brings up something over here. Social media people. It's not only the people on social media, it's the users. So you are the audience. You also count as a viewer or a fan, a subscriber, and this is for YouTube. I hope you guys are all subscribers. It really helps us out. Yeah, broadcast, a live broadcaster. See, this is why I'm so glad that you guys are here, is so that I can point out these things. I hope you guys find this useful. A live broadcaster is not quite the term that we would use. A broadcaster is a word. And a broadcaster is a word, but we usually use that with sports, like a sports announcer, a sports broadcaster. So a live stream would count as social media. A Twitch live stream. You could also say a YouTube live stream or a Facebook live stream. Yeah, did you guys know that Facebook has a live stream feature? We don't use it because not many people use Facebook live stream, but it does exist. Yeah, comments. are a part of this. So, and let me also write down the collocation here. So let's come up with a new category. Using social media. So leave a comment, or leaving a comment, is something we want you guys to do. Another one would be interacting with the audience. And remember, guys, this is something that I hope you guys do when you're learning vocabulary. Don't learn one word. Learn the collocations that go with it, so that when you use it in your speaking or your writing, it comes out more natural. So I didn't leave a comment on Phil and Michael's last video, and they are crying inside. All right, guys, can you guys come up with any more words here? These are great. You guys are on fire here. Any more social media platforms? I think maybe you guys are a bit of the older audience. Ooh, liking a picture. Yeah, definitely. Liking a picture. You could also heart a picture. Where do you heart pictures? Because we're missing 2 pretty big social media platforms. Actually, maybe 3. So Raghav says, where can I search for collocations? In good learner dictionaries, they often have good collocations. So let me write that up here. Vocab strategies. And then, of course, let's keep it to 16 here, just so it's easy for you guys to see. Always try to learn collocations when learning new words. And one thing to do is when you're reading. Often when you read, you see it used with different words, and once you see it again and again, you'll realize it's a collocation. So you naturally learn them during reading. But a good learner's dictionary often has collocations. They'll tell you the words that often go together. Learner's dictionaries are something a lot of students actually don't know about. But these are special dictionaries made for people learning English. If you guys have a normal dictionary, it usually has definitions that are too hard to understand. It's useless for you. A learner's dictionary usually has collocations, synonyms, antonyms, and very easy to understand definitions. So you can get a learner's dictionary app if you don't want to get the paper version. Okay, and Armand says, what is the meaning of a collocation? That's a really good question, Armand. I forget that sometimes we have new people joining. So really fast, a collocation are words that naturally go together. Just to give you a few examples, if I say I have a fast car or I have a quick car, which one sounds better? I have a fast car, I have a quick car. The answer is I have a fast car. Quick car and fast car have the same meaning, but quick car sounds really weird. It doesn't naturally go together. That's why fast car is a collocation. And I don't know is a collocation. Let's see. What are some more? Strong wind, heavy rain. If any of you guys are Chinese speakers, collocations often lead to problems because they're in all languages. In your language, there's often collocations. Just as an example, in Chinese, when you talk about the rain, you say big rain. But in English, that's weird, it's wrong. In English, we would say heavy rain. So that's just one example. I'm sure you can think of some in your own language. Just words that normally go together. All right. So, Clubhouse. Ooh, Cheng, you are ahead of the curve. You are an early adopter. I am actually a user on Clubhouse, and let me put that down here. A user. Okay. A member. Okay. And Clubhouse is only for Apple products. Only on the Apple App Store. So sad. I actually got an invitation because someone wanted to make a podcast with me, and we were going to use Clubhouse in order to have the conversations for it. But not a lot of people know about Clubhouse. There's still 2 more that we should definitely put on here, maybe even 3 more that definitely belong here. So a learner's dictionary is a kind of book. You know how a dictionary is a kind of book? A learner's dictionary is a special kind of dictionary. Okay, so come on guys, there are 2 that we definitely should put up here. Maybe I'm old and I don't know what they are, but I feel like you guys are not that old. I feel like you guys should know these. So what do we got? Social media platforms. There's 2 more. One starts with an I, and the other one starts with a T. And there's one more that also starts with a T. Yeah, IG. Do you know what we call it in English? Because I know in Chinese you guys call it IG for any Chinese speakers here. You guys like to make it short. But we say the whole name when we say it. What is IG? Anybody know? And Bai has exclamation points, so I think she's super excited. What is IG? And IGTV? You guys don't know what the long form is? What does IG mean? Instagram, we got it. I knew that, Bai knew that from the beginning. Now there's one more. TikTok. And then after that we have Twitch. Now Twitch is only a streaming service, but that is something I think it counts. All right. So maybe we should also have some outdated ones. So just as a few, maybe this is before your time. But we have MySpace, Okert, Google Plus. Did anyone have a Google Plus account or an Okert account? If we have some people from India, I know that Okert was really popular there. Oh, TikTok is banned in India. Oh no, it was almost banned in America. Oh, what's the difference between Twitter and Twitch? Oh man, not tech savvy at all, Bai. So actually, let me add a few popular outside of America or the West. Line is a popular one. Okay. Line. So the difference between Twitter and Twitch. Twitter is a place that a lot of people get their news from. So let me put that down here. Let's come up with a new category. We'll call it in describing individual platforms. And I think this will be really useful because if you can describe one platform, you can probably describe you can probably just use that one over and over again if you need to describe it in the during the exam. So we'll do Twitter because most people know what that is. So Twitter is a place where you can see the most up-to-date news. Why do you want to make everything bold? Sneer. Okay. It's a real-time micro-blogging service. You can send and read tweets. You can retweet tweets that you like. All tweets are short messages that are under 144 characters. All right, I'm sorry that everything is bold. Apparently, I'm just very excited. Maybe I should read everything in bold. You can send and read tweets. You can retweet anything, tweets that you like. Okay. So, ooh, Telegraph. Nice one, Uzal. And Telegram. Ooh, which one is it? And A2 Play. I don't know what A2 Play is, so I'm assuming that it's popular in your country. A2 Play. Is it Telegram or Telegraph? I think it's Telegram. Oh, it's all in Chinese. Where's English? Oh no, it won't let me change. Why is it being like this? Okay. I went it in English. Thank you. Okay. Telegram. I think it's Telegram. Oh, maybe it's a Chinese app. Telegram Messenger. I've never heard of this. I did hear of this. Okay. Oh, it's part of Twitter. That's interesting. Okay, cool. I'll put that down. Telegram. And I guess that is up here. Is that outdated, or do people still use Telegram? Oh, there's a few more. Snapchat. Used to be very popular. I never installed it, so I don't know if it is. Okay. We got all these great social media platforms. We've got some outdated ones. Maybe a no. Nice. Social media people. We have influencers, YouTubers, bloggers. Along with this, we should also come up with famous ones. So let me just name a few of the most famous ones out there. We're going to say Michael from the IELTS Grind. Because, you know, we have such a popular channel. Thousands of people know my name. Okay. And Uzal says that it's in the Middle East. Oh, that's interesting. Are you talking about Telegram? Oh, that might be it. Okay, so I will move Telegram down to popular outside America. It does look familiar, but I can't remember. It's been so long since I've heard about it. Interesting. By the way, just to show you what Twitter is. So this is Twitch. And then this is Twitter. Okay. So Twitch is a place where you can watch live streams, usually of people playing video games. But there are all types of different live streams that people do. We are not on Twitch because people want to go on Twitch for exciting content. I don't think the IELTS Grind would be very popular there. Twitter, as I said, is a way, and you guys can see a very old picture of me. And now you guys all know my personal email address. Please don't email me. We have the IELTS Grind separate for a reason. But yeah, so this is a really old picture of me, and these are all people who I follow. So this is Twitter. It's all real time. Okay. Cool beans. Now, let's keep going. By the way, Dragonzal is also my gaming tag. So if you guys are gamers, you guys may see me there. Okay. So, famous influencers. Do you guys know any famous influencers? I'll give you one more from YouTube. And just to give you a few useful sentences that you can use, he has a popular IELTS-focused YouTube channel. Like me and Phil said before, you can lie to the examiner. It's fine. You can lie to the examiner. It's fine. You can say that we have an extremely popular YouTube channel. We'll get there one day. Arman says, Carrie Minati. Can we say friends a new friend? Ooh, yes we can. Let me get Carrie Minati up here. I actually don't know this person. What platform are they on, Arman? Why are you age defying? Ages before you. Thank you, Uzal. It's because I have such a nice, easy life here in Taiwan. Things are so relaxed. So I will be forever young until I move. Okay. So Armand, I do want you to tell me who this person is and where they're from, and then we can look them up real fast. To give you someone who's actually famous on YouTube, we have Philip DeFranco. And he is a popular newscaster on YouTube that focuses on real world recent events and what was the drama? What kind of drama? Social media drama. So if you guys don't know Philip DeFranco, I actually have his channel right over here. Isn't he a handsome fellow? I actually get most of my news from Philip DeFranco. Wow, 6.35 million subscribers. One day, guys, one day. So this is Philip DeFranco. He speaks a little bit quickly, but he does talk about a wide range of issues, sometimes international, a lot of times more American. But he does a great job sharing the news, and he does also talk about social media things. So I am going to put his channel right here in case anyone wants to check him out. Okay. Okay, so he is an influencer and blogger. Armand, does this guy where is he? Does Kerry Minati? What platform does he use? Where can you find him? Is he a YouTuber? Is he an Instagram influencer? Does he run his own blog? Is it a travel blog? Like, what does he do? And I will throw your sentence frame down here because that is fantastic. Can I add you on Instagram? Can I add you on Facebook? Can I add you on... Can I follow you on Twitter? Can I follow you on... What's another one where you follow? Twitter, on YouTube? You say it as a question. I'm a huge fan, and I follow you on YouTube. Okay, great. Can I add you on Instagram, Facebook? What's another one that people use? Clubhouse, I guess. Basically, anytime where you would have a direct connection, you would say, can I add you? If it's less personal, you would say, can I follow you? So that's less of a direct interaction. And then I follow you on YouTube, or I've subscribed. I've already subscribed to your YouTube channel. One thing that I want to point out here is I follow you on YouTube. But over here, I already subscribed to your channel. So you subscribe to a channel and you follow a person. Okay. And then finally, we'll do what Bai had said, which was, can I say I friended him? Yeah. I friended my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. Now I can cyber stalk her or him. By the way, stalking is not a good thing, but we do use it kind of casually. Like I'm stalking. Yeah, friended is actually right. But you wouldn't normally say it to the person directly. So I friended a new friend. You would use that to talk about someone else. So like you're talking to your friend and you're like, oh, I friended a new friend. Oh, I friended him on Facebook. You wouldn't say I friended a new friend. I friended him on Facebook. There we go. I'll write that down here. I friended him on Facebook. Then I saw all the weird stuff he was into and blocked him. Oh man. So I friended him on Facebook and then I blocked him. These are really useful terms. I saw all the weird stuff. And this is, of course, a relative clause that he was into. I saw all the weird stuff he was into. So, man, you guys are learning such useful terms here. Okay. Unfollow someone. That's creepy. Oh, man, that hurts so much. Is Oprah an influencer in the US? This is where it's weird. An influencer and a celebrity is not the same thing. An influencer, a netizen. Man, these are great. So Armand, let me put up here. Sorry, I'm jumping around all over the place. I'm just following chat. So he is a popular influencer and blogger. Is he a blogger or a vlogger? Because that's another one. A vlogger. So a blog is written. A vlog is a video. And vlogs are a lot more popular than blogs now. Okay, so he's a popular influencer and vlogger on YouTube in India. And I do kind of want to see his channel now, just so I can feel bad about myself. Okay, man, I like his art style. Is he an animator? Wow, 3.1.4 million subscribers. That's crazy. Okay, so you can see his Instagram handle, his Facebook ID, and his Twitter. This is Twitter. See, he's on Twitter. Okay, so there are a few more words that we've got. So what is his Twitter handle? Here we go. What is his Twitter handle? I'm sorry that everything is bolded. Okay, so what is his Twitter handle? So let's see. We've got a Twitter handle. Your Instagram ID. Okay, nice. Man, you guys are great at this. You guys have so much vocabulary. Unfollow someone, that's 100% another one. Okay. Unsubscribe, block, befriend. Uzol, befriend. Befriend is different from social media. So if you wanted to say befriend, let me write down a sentence for that. And just ignore this creepy sentence according to according to Bai. So here we will say we met on Facebook before we met in person through one of the community pages. You could also say he befriended me through Facebook. But I want to make it clear that in this situation, we're not using this to describe social media. We're using this to describe making friends with someone. So this is where things can be a little wonky. Wonky means weird. This is where things can be a little weird because we use different vocabulary based on the context. If we meet outside and then I talk to you, you talk to me, we like each other, we become friends. I can say I befriended you. But if we become friends on Facebook, we would not say befriended. I would say, oh, I friended him on Facebook. Yeah. Okay. All right, nice. So let me answer Chang's thing. And a netizen, that's a fine word, but netizen is one of those words where it's very high level, it's very specific, I would only use it in a part 3 on the IELTS exam. And I would use it to describe someone who is on the internet. Netizen is very specific. I wouldn't use it unless I was very confident in it. So that one's for you, Bye. So we have from Arman, another popular Indian person. I'm not going to look at his page because I will cry because of how popular he is and how unpopular I am. I'm not vain. I'm not jealous. Another way I can say that is I'm not petty. Okay. So, Arman. Sorry, Arman. I just got your joke. I like that. It's a great sentence frame. Let me just put this up here right next to mine. Sorry, I had this popped out before and it went back in. Okay. So Arman, I'm going to take your sentence because it's fantastic. And I'm going to put it right underneath my lie. Of course, if you are a popular vlogger in India, please tell all of your fans and all of your followers about me. But in the meantime, I'm going to put it right here under lies. Okay. So, nice. Great use of a sentence frame, by the way. And Vlogger does have 2 Gs. And I would add a period here because it is 2 ideas. He is a vlogger. Actually, let me change this a little bit. You could say he is a popular vlogger in India, or you could say is popular. And this is what I mean when I say you guys should be learning sentence frames. If you guys learn these 2 sentence frames and you learn it correctly, then you guys will start to realize, oh, I need a before vlogger. Oh, this is just an adjective, so no a. And then he is a vlogger. Okay. Arman, thank you so much for putting that in there. You're right up there with me. Okay. So, we've done a great job so far. Let's move on, though. I still don't know what phubbing is. Swipe. Swipe right, swipe left. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We need to add these up here. What's it called? Not Grinder. It's what's it called? Where you can find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. What's the name of that social media platform? It's not Instagram. Tinder. Is it Tinder? I think it's Tinder. Tinder. So under Tinder, we can say swipe left and swipe right. Okay. Swipe left, swipe right. I've never actually been on Tinder, so I don't know which one is good and which one is bad. I think swipe left is bad. I always swipe left unless there is a cat in the picture. I don't know. Something weird to say. Okay. Oh, WhatsApp. That's it. A message popped out. Popped up. Yes. I got a new notification. A new message popped up. Okay. When I said popped out, that's because I literally took the chat that was here and I made it pop out. So now it's in a separate window. For pop out, we can use that. It's not directly connected to social media, but I really want my best features to pop out or stand out in my profile picture. Okay. Oh, here's another one. Update my profile picture. I really need to update my profile picture. It's been literally years. I took this when I was a freshman in college. So that would have been 2007, 2008. I am ageless. Okay, guys. Fantastic. You guys have been great so far. Let's keep it going. WhatsApp is another one. Let me put that at the top, and then we'll move on to the next section. You guys did great here, and I hope you guys find this useful. I'm putting the collocations in so that when you guys learn these words, you guys can use them correctly. So phishing is a term, but it's not about social media. It's a type of scam. So someone who's phishing will send an email that says, oh no, your bank account has been hacked. Type in your password and username in this email to make sure that it's fixed. And then if you type it in, you gave the bad guys your information, and now they can steal all your money. That's phishing. Phishing is when you use technology like email or a message or a line message or something to try to steal information from someone. So not quite social media. Okay. Let me put one more up here. Patreon. Okay. Okay. So nice. We got these. Now you may need to, just to give you guys some feedback. If you guys are doing part 1 of the test and you have to talk about social media, having a broad vocabulary will help you a lot. Like they may say, oh, what social media platforms do you use? And then if you can say a bunch of these, you answer the question. In part 3, it may be something like, what are some popular social media platforms in your country? And then again, if you know a lot of these, it will raise your score because you're showing that you have a broad vocabulary. A broad vocabulary. Okay. So again, learn these, and then when you describe them, make sure you use these other words and sentence frames. Like, I'm a fan of his channel. He doesn't really care about his audience. Oh, that's so mean. I follow them on YouTube. I've subscribed to their channel. Using those kind of words will, again, keep pushing up your vocab score. Okay, so let's move on. You guys did a great job. And again, this whole document is right here. If you guys just click the link, you guys can see the whole thing and go over at your own time. But right now, let's go down to writing task 1. Okay. You know what? Writing task 2. Let's do the fun stuff first. It's already pretty late. Let's start with speaking part 1, and then we'll go back to writing part 2, and then we'll do speaking part 3. Let's see if you guys like this better. So you guys, if you've been here before, you guys know what to do. We are coming up with questions about social media you may have to answer on the IELTS exam. I will not give you questions. You guys need to give me questions, and I'll fix them as needed. And if there's any interesting ones or tough ones, then we will find the vocabulary that we would need to use to make a good answer. And of course, you guys can give your own answers as well, and I will fix them for you. So, let's get started. What are some questions that you think you may have to answer about social media? I'll give you guys about a minute to think. Oh man, Cheng is on fire. She right out the gate. She's like, here we go. We got this. Have you ever used any kind of social media? Yeah. Oh, it's big and 16 again. Nah. Okay, let's make it small. There we go. Have you ever used, and again, that D is important for grammar, any kind of social media? And no S because social media is singular. Well, it's a non-count noun, like water or rice. Have you ever used any kind of social media? Honestly, this would probably more likely be, have you ever used social media before? It sounds a little bit more natural. Okay. Oh man, there's so many. What type of social media do you use? Okay, yeah, 100%. Great. And then, why has social media gotten popular? All right. Now, I'm going to tell you now, I want to work on part 1 questions first, but that would definitely fall under a part 3. Remember, guys, part 1 is about you and your experiences, and part 3 is about abstract topics. So this would be a really good part 3 question. Why has social media gotten so... And I want to point this out to you. Who said this? Uzal. Be careful of your word form. Popularity is the noun. We want to say the adjective. So why has social media gotten so popular? If we wanted to make this higher level, because in part 3, the examiner is going to change his words based on your English level. So if your English level is lower, he will use easier words. If your English level is higher, he will use more difficult words. So what can account for the rise in popularity, for the rise in social media's popularity? So again, I'm making this so that you guys can clearly see a good collocation, account for the rise, and the noun word form. Okay. Keep giving me more questions, guys. This is great. How often do you use or check social media? Good. And that's a great collocation. Check social media. I completely forgot to say that earlier. This is a really good one. How often do you check your phone? How often do you check social media? How often do you check your notifications? Okay. Come on, guys. This is a great start. I know you guys can give me some more. And again, if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the like button for our video. It really does help. And share it now so that your friends know that you're having a great time on our live stream. Yeah. Okay. I'll add those other ones that I said just because they're also really good. How often do you check your phone? How often do you check your notifications? How often do you check your email? These are all great questions. How many followers do you have on social media? I like that. What do you do on social media? That's a good one. So maybe the examiner wants to feel good about themselves and they say, how many followers do you have on social media? And then when you say, oh, I've got 10,000, they'll cry. They'll be like, no, I only have a few. Just to give you guys some other ways that this can be changed, how many friends do you have on Facebook? And I want you guys to see that one of the reasons why this vocabulary topic is difficult is because of the fact that the collocations you use for different words changes. So you have followers on Twitter, and you have friends on Facebook. So make sure when you guys are talking about the different types of social media, you use the right collocation, you use the right terms. Okay. What do you do on social media? Oh, all kinds of things. I waste my life. There we go. I wasted my life on social media. So what do you do on social media? That's actually a really good question. I like that one a lot. Cheng is asking, Cheng, that's more of a section 3 question. So we will come back to these later. But I like to do it after doing writing part 3. So I'm going to throw it up here, but we'll get back to it later. Do you think social media is a good invention? Probably was a good invention, just because it was invented in the past. Okay. So you guys are doing great. Can you guys give me a few more? Just a handful more, and then we can go into trying to answer some of these. But these are great. Oh man, Uzal, going deep. Again, that's more of a part 3 question. So again, I'll put it up here. Is social media spying on people? So to give a higher level question with the same meaning, we will do that later. Thank you very much. Trying to trick me into going to part 3. Not yet, sir. Not yet. Okay, any more part 1 questions you guys can come up with? And again, remember, if this is blurry or difficult for you to read because of the live stream, again, you guys can always click the link right here to see the document itself. And it's a Google Doc, so it's live. Okay. Whoa, bye. You are a super fan. Thank you. Is that an answer to a question, or are you just trying to get some brownie points? Okay. All right, guys. Are there any of these that you guys would like to try to answer? Go ahead and write your own answer in chat, and I will fix it for you if it needs to be fixed. Make sure that the vocab's okay and the grammar's okay. And also, if you guys want me to answer any of these, both. Nice. And if you guys want me to answer any, just tell me which ones you would like me to give an answer for. So Bai's answer is up here. Trying to get those brownie points. Nice. So this is interesting. And this is something that I want to point out. Do you guys think that this is a good answer to this question? And let me make sure. What do you do on social media? Maybe. Sorry, Bai. I see now that it's probably the answer to this question. But it still stands. Is this a good answer? What do you do on IELTS Grind on YouTube every time they come out with a new video? You know what? It's a good answer. Bai, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to worry you. That's great. Vocab's great. Grammar's great. Armand says, please answer all the questions. Oh man. I think I would lose a lot of viewers if I did that, Armand. I'll answer some of the questions. And again, I hope you guys see that part of the reason we're doing this is so that you guys can have your own answers. I want you guys to remember something. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of people trying to sell you things on YouTube and on other media platforms, they're trying to sell you something, and so they're going to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to say, let me give you an answer so you can memorize it and use it on the test. But that won't help you. Number one is that you might use it in the wrong situation. You guys remember my friend from earlier who I told you the story about the grandmothers who kept dying when students had their big test. So my friend told me another story about how a lot of times he'll ask a question and then the answer will be connected, but they're answering the wrong question. And that's because these people, they've memorized answers and they heard what they wanted to hear. They memorized an answer, they wanted to use the answer. When the examiner or the mock examiner asks the question, then they answer the wrong one. So don't memorize answers. You guys need to practice answering questions naturally. So that's why we have this vocab day, so that you guys can learn vocabulary that you guys can put inside your own vocabulary and use for your own answers. So this is a great time for you guys to give me your answers so that I can help fix them up, point out what you need to be working on. Okay, so go ahead, give me some answers, guys. We've got some great questions here. And while you guys are thinking, of course, I will answer one or two. Which one would you like me to start with, Arman? Go ahead. Or anybody. Anybody can tell me which one you'd like me to answer. While you guys are typing your answers, the first and second, okay. Have you ever used social media before? I'll give you a basic one. Of course, I have. I actually use a bunch of them right now, and I've been using more than half of those for years. I've been on Facebook since I was in college. So that would be for maybe, I don't want to say, 2007, 2022, let's see, that's 3 years plus 10 years plus 2 years, 15 years. 15 years. Currently, I spend a lot of time on YouTube and Instagram. Okay, so I want to point out a few things in this answer. When did you start to use social media? Chang, that's a great question. Let me put that up. By the way, I can tell by which one that you are answering, but for everyone in the future, please say which question you're answering, just so that I can make sure that there's no mistakes. Okay. Before we get into the next one, Bai's answer, I want to point out some things. Have and have. Okay. This is something. Remember that English is a time-stressed language, and have will definitely be unstressed. Have you ever? Have you ever? A lot of students don't hear the have, but it's important because, remember, you want to directly answer the question. So have you ever used social media before? Of course I have. Make sure that you can match them directly. Okay. After that, I'm going to say I actually use a bunch of them right now. A bunch of them. Good collocation and good referencing. If you listen to any of our reading or writing live streams, you'll realize how important referencing is. It's also important in speaking. And I've been using, what I'm doing here is showing off my vocabulary muscles. I'm so strong with my vocab. I'm using present perfect continuous to show that I know how to use it. 4 years. Okay. I've been on Facebook since I was in college. Again, I'm showing that I know how to use present perfect. Simple this time. Since I was in college, so that would be for maybe 15 years. Currently, I spend a lot of time on YouTube and Instagram. So now I've switched it up, and I'm talking about what I do now. So I'm really showing off my grammar here. And you guys should be thinking about this a little bit too. Hopefully you reach the point where grammar comes naturally. But this is something that the examiners will be looking for. Okay, it looks like we've got some great answers. Let's do buys first. Okay. To be honest, I'm not an attention seeker. I only check Facebook once in a while. Great. Okay. So you got to be careful here, because you can't say check an attention seeker. This doesn't work. Use an attention seeker does work. Check an attention seeker doesn't work. Do you know why? Does anyone know why we can't say attention seeker and check? Do you guys know what an attention seeker is? Anybody? This is an important kind of thing to realize. So attention seeker is a nice high-level word, but using it in the situation, it's not appropriate. Again, check is not okay. Use is okay. So an attention seeker is a person who wants to be the center of attention. So it's a person who maybe they post pictures of themselves on Instagram all the time because they really want people to look at them. Okay, and center of attention is another nice high-level word. Nice. I have a hippo and a badger who are here right now. Nice. So anyone able to figure it out? If not, it's okay. Let me explain it now. How often do you post on social media? It will be okay. So let me write these down. So this answer will be great for this question. To be honest, I'm not an attention seeker. I only post photos or my thoughts on my Facebook page or timeline once in a while. Here to here, it works. And that's because when you post on social media, you put it there so other people can see it. When you check social media, it has nothing to do with being seen. It's only with looking at what other people say. Okay, so Bai, thank you so much for putting this out there and being brave. Let's come up with another answer. Anyone else have one here? Let's check. Yeah, let's check. We have Uzal. Let's see. I use Facebook, WhatsApp, and WhatsApp because both apps have some eye-catching features that help me a lot. It is easy to get accustomed to my old friends, even if I can get news also. Okay. Uzal, we'll get to yours in a second. Let's go back up here really fast before we get to Uzal's and answer this, just so I don't forget. How often do you use or check social media? I check it constantly. I know it isn't great for my mental health, but I can't seem to stop. I am always browsing through my friends' photos on Facebook and Instagram. Whenever I have a spare moment, and if my notification buzzer sound ding, if my notification what's it called, ringer, ding, what's it called, if I hear the beep that says I have a new notification, I can't help but check it immediately. Okay. So this is a great way, just to highlight some words. I check it constantly. I know it isn't great for my mental health. This, again, is a great phrase to learn. I know it isn't great for my mental health. I know it isn't great for my physical health. This is a great sentence frame to learn that you can use in a lot of different situations. Remember, sentence frames are high-level sentences that you know the meaning of, and you can change one part to comfortably. Like, you know, if you change this word, it will still be perfect, and you can trick the examiner. But I can't seem to stop. I'm always browsing through my friends' photos. Okay, browsing is a word a lot of people probably don't know. Whenever I have a spare moment. Another great phrase or sentence frame to learn. Whenever I hear the beep that says I have a new notification, I can't help but check it. So a new notification and check is great. Okay. Feel free to give me your own answers here, and I can check them out. Let's go to Uzal's now. Uzal had said, I usually use Facebook, WhatsApp. So I think this is, which social media do you use? Okay. So Uzal says, I usually use Facebook and WhatsApp. Make sure you say and, because there are two, because both apps, nice, good referencing, have some eye-catching features that help me a lot. This is weird, and I want to point this out now. Eye-catching. So you're right. Eye-catching is a great high-level word, just like attention seeker. But again, this is why you guys are here, right? Is so that we can point out what vocab is appropriate, what vocab sounds good, and when you're using it incorrectly. So eye-catching features is nice, but eye-catching and help don't really go together. If it's eye-catching, that means it you like to look at it. But that doesn't mean that it's helpful. So it's weird that you say eye-catching features that help me a lot. I can easily get accustomed to my old friends. Accustomed to my old friends is a bad collocation, so I will point that out now. And thank you so much, Uzal, for putting this in. Good job being brave. Much better than the lurkers. Okay. And then here we can fix the grammar a little bit. I can even get the news as well. Okay. So let's see if we can fix this part and if we can fix this part. So I usually use Facebook and WhatsApp because both apps have some fantastic features that are super useful. For instance, and then if you can give an example, I need to use WhatsApp to stay in contact with my boss. Now, this is a good connection because we're saying how it is useful. Okay. This was the problem with the sentence. Eye-catching features and help, they don't have a connection. Here, there's a clear connection. It's useful because you needed to talk to your boss. They also have a great user interface. These apps are super easy to use and easy on the eyes. So eye-catching features specifically mean a feature of an app or a feature of a program that like you want to use. So if you see an ad for the new phone, a new iPhone or a new Android phone, and like you learn that it has voice AI, like Siri or the Google AI, that's an eye-catching feature. You're like, whoa, I can't wait to use it. So you could use this word. Just make sure you have a good detail that directly connected to it. Now, finally, I can, so great user interface. Again, I'm pointing out some high-level vocab that I hope you guys look up later to make sure you got it. Fantastic features, most people know, but making sure that you connect it to your next idea is important. Super easy to use is another great collocation and thing to say. And easy on the eyes. Easy on the eyes, sorry, this doesn't exactly work. We would probably say, and look great. Yes, and look great. Easy on the eyes, you would use it to describe someone you think is hot or attractive. Like, oh yeah, my coworker is real easy on the eyes. Don't say that, it's pretty sexist. But if you want to describe someone as looking attractive, you would say easy on the eyes. We don't use it for objects so much, so they look great. I can easily get accustomed to my old friends. Accustom is the word that's used wrong here. I can, so through Facebook, I can keep in touch with my old friends who I normally would have lost contact with. Okay, so I hope you guys find these sentences useful. Uzal, thank you again for being so brave and putting this up. This is the kind of stuff that I hope you guys find the most useful. All right, guys, next up, we've got Chang's answer. So you want me to answer two questions. One, when did you start to use social media? And two, what was the first social media that you used? Okay, Cheng, I can do that for you. When did you start to use social media? I was there from the beginning. I used the first social media platforms like MySpace and AOL Messenger before the more famous ones like Facebook and Twitter came out. I am an OG social media user. OG might be useful. It's actually it's kind of like slang. It's something that younger people would say. I only learned it recently. It means that you were one of the first people. I'm an OG social media user. So you guys can try to use OG if you want to sound young and hip. Maybe if your examiner is old, they won't know them. Everyone knows OG now. I was just weird. I was just behind the times. Okay. And Cheng's like, wow, MySpace. Yes, I did use MySpace, but I was still kind of young when it came out. But I did use AOL Messenger. Yes. So that's probably way behind your time. Okay. Also, from Cheng, when did you start to use social media? What was the first social media that you used? Okay, that's a different question. Let me put that up here. What was the first type of social media that you used? Got it. The first one I used was actually Facebook. I knew about AOL, Messenger, and what was the other one? I knew about AOL Messenger and MySpace, but I wasn't cool enough to have an account, and my parents wouldn't let me use the internet unsupervised. Unsupervised. Still, I think I was one of the first people to get a Facebook account. when they opened up the service to high schoolers. Okay. I knew about is a nice turn of phrase that you guys can use. I knew about blah 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 and blah blah blah, but I wasn't cool enough to have an account. Do you guys believe me? Do you guys think I've always been this cool? Yes. And my parents wouldn't let me use the internet unsupervised. This, please, actually, let me use a different color. Let me make this awesome. That's ugly. Let me make this awesome, but not so hard on the eyes. There we go. My parents wouldn't let me use the internet. Please, 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 especially if any of you guys are Chinese speakers, learn this sentence frame. So many students have difficulty with let. We use let and able to differently. They have different meanings, and a lot of students really have trouble with let. So please learn this sentence frame and then change it. My parents wouldn't let me use the phone. My parents wouldn't let me drive a car until I was 18. My boss wouldn't let me turn in the report until he had time to read it. Please learn this sentence frame and then change the parts to make sure that you use it correctly. Okay. Nice. So let's keep on going. And remember, you guys can put your own sentences up here for us to go through. Yes. Chang has an answer. How often do you use social media? Let me throw that up and take a look. All right. And Chang, thank you for putting this up here. Actually, I use social media every day. A little grammar thing. We would say, I've used social media every day. Do you know why you need to say this? Because of since the pandemic. Because you're saying a starting point, you need to use present perfect. So this is a great time to use it. Since the pandemic, I've used social media every day. Since the pandemic, I've gotten a lot fatter. Since the pandemic, I've done my job mostly online. I need to use it every day for my job, and keep relationships. Okay. And maintain the relationships that I have with my friends. Okay. Keep relationships is not a great collocation, but that's why you guys are here, right? Maintain relationships. Even this is a little bit weird to say. So I would say probably and stay in touch with my friends. Okay. Nice. Good answer. Just a few vocab things. Okay. And how often do you use social media? Bye. Let's see if we got it. Okay. You only check my Facebook once or twice a day. I'm trying not to spend too much time on it because I know it's easy to get addicted to it. To get people addicted to it? Almost. To get addicted to it. Because you're talking about you, not people. Yeah, that was the only problem though. This was great. Nice. Okay. Oh man, we've dropped down to 4 people. That either means that everyone got very bored of my voice, which I totally understand, or I said something difficult to understand and you guys are watching the playback, which again is perfectly fine. Watch time is watch time. So now that we've gone through these, you guys did a great job. I hope that you guys find these answers useful. We're going to take a quick break from speaking, and we're going to go up to writing task 2. So writing task 2, remember, they're going to give you a prompt or topic that you need to write about. And this may be something that you guys need to do. Again, I'll write the first one, but I want you guys to come up with your own topics for this. So, social media writing task 2. Some people say that social media has only brought negatives, has only been detrimental to society, while others believe that it has, on the whole, been beneficial. Discuss both sides and give your own opinion at the end. Just as we've talked about before, this could also become a opinion essay. Some people believe that social media on the whole has been beneficial. To what extent do you agree? Now, this is just the 2 that I'm going to give you. I want you guys to tell me in chat, write some of your own social media task 2 prompts. And of course, I'll fix the grammar and vocab. And then we can come up with some vocab to use in one of these essays. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to write some of your own prompts, just like these. If you guys have been here before, you guys know how this goes. But yeah, I'm going to give you guys about a minute or 2 to give me some of your own prompts. Yeah, write it in chat, please. Okay, it looks like my mic has been off for some time. I hope you guys have been hearing me. I'm not sure if I turned it off before I went and got some water, or if it's been off for a long time. That would explain why why some people might have left. Please let me know the last thing that you heard me say. And also put in chat your own task 2 writing. Again, you guys don't need to answer these questions. You just need to come up with some new ones. Any writing task 2s? Again, these will help you if you guys don't have the resources to go out and get some writing task 2s. You guys can always come back and steal some of these to practice writing essays. Okay, it looks like Bai's got one. And Bai, please let me know. Was there a long time when I wasn't talking? Or did you hear all the things I was saying before? Okay, many people nowadays are addicted to social media. What are some of the causes of this phenomenon and some problems that this might bring? Okay, this is fantastic. So this is a cause-problem essay. Very similar. This could very easily also become and what are some solutions that might and what are some solutions? Okay, you think you got all your words. Nice. We heard all the things. Cheng, I don't know if you meant it this way, but that's really funny. We meant all the things. We heard all the things. That's very meme language. If you guys know memes, they're like the things that you find like online. Like can I has cheeseburger. Yes, it was fantastic. Can I has cheeseburger? Yes. Okay, nice. I like it. Thanks for letting me know that I wasn't talking to myself for a long time. Yes. And yeah. Uzal, let's put that up. Technology has immersed new development in every aspect of our life. Okay, that's not quite exactly social media, but we can change it a little bit. So let me change this a little bit. Social media has become a large part of every aspect of our lives. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Okay. Nice. All right. These are great. Let's get one more and then we can choose one of these to dive into, and then we can move to speaking part 3. I know that's what you guys are really here for. You guys are like, I don't care about writing. I only want to work on my speaking. Speaking of which, as we wait for the last 1 or 2 people to have 1 or 2 more of these task 2s, I want to remind you guys that we do have a Discord right down here. And I highly recommend that you guys jump on there. Remember, on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Taiwan time, I will be jumping on, not for a class, just to say hello, because I want to hear about your guys' books and TV shows. So make sure you guys are here on Wednesday, and then hopefully you guys can also talk to some people. Like if you want to talk to Cheng, you guys can jump in free chat and say hi. Okay. So Cheng has 1 more, and Uzal has 1 more. Let's put these up. Maintain a relationship. Social media helps us explore. Okay, so these were answering one of the questions. Great. And Uzal has 1 last thing. Let's put this up here. And then we'll go back and look at Cheng's answer. People of all walks of life use social media constantly. Hugely is a bad collocation here. You'd probably be saying how often they use it. Constantly, frequently, non-stop. Sometimes it is evident that social media brings the people under a banner of relationship which is beyond boundaries. Okay, I think I understand what you're trying to say here. Sometimes it is evident that social media has led people to push past the accepted boundaries of relationships. This is especially true for celebrities. Discuss why these people don't follow, break these boundaries, and what can be done to protect everyone in these situations. So just to talk about what this is. This is high level. This is about parasocial relationships. Parasocial relationships are relationships where one person believes that they have a strong relationship with someone who doesn't think the same way. Specifically, this means people who are famous. This specifically means that fans may think they have a real relationship with a celebrity when in fact the celebrity doesn't know who they are. One example is fans showing up to a celebrity's house to expecting the celebrity to hang out with them or be happy to see them. So this is actually a really big thing, especially for like YouTubers and influencers, so let me put this on a new page so that there's nothing, so that you can see everything. So these are parasocial relationships. And this is really interesting. So there was a period of time, just a number of months ago, where people were showing up at celebrities' houses, like a YouTuber's house. And of course, how do you think the YouTuber will react? What do you think the YouTuber will think, or the Instagram influencer will think when they see a stranger come up to their house and like say hi and want to photograph and want to chat? That's your home. It will be very strange for you, for these fans to come up to you when you're trying to have your own private life. And that's where these parasocial relationships come in. People listen to these live streamers, they listen to these YouTubers, and they feel like they have a real connection. But of course, the YouTuber or the influencer has their own private life that's separate from their professional life of having the YouTube channel. And so fans will break the boundary and go and expect to say hi and have a relationship when there isn't one. Okay, and let's do buys. Buy that is a great one for part 2. Here we go. And honestly, this is a really good one. Okay, but let's go up and look at Chang's answer. Again, if you guys want to have some things to say about any of these, we can spend a little bit of time there. Pros and cons. So pros, maintain the relationship. Okay. Yeah, let's put these up. So yep, maintain a relationship. So side 1, maintain relationships. So this is for beneficial. It helps you maintain relationships. That's true. It can help us explore different kinds of relationships. True, a little harder to explain. And then for number 3, transporting. And Bai says, are they like stalkers? They can be like stalkers. So Bai is going back to talking about the parasocial relationships. They can be stalkers, but stalkers usually have a mental problem. But a lot of these people are just regular people who think they have a relationship, and then they go up. And of course, when the YouTuber or influencer says, please go away, this is my house, it's weird that you're here, most of these people will be like, oh, wow, yeah, that's weird, and then they leave. A stalker is someone who will keep going. A stalker will keep following a person even though they know the person is uncomfortable. So that's the difference between a stalker and someone who has... So yeah, stalkers have parasocial relationships. The difference is a stalker doesn't know when to stop. Most people will know when to stop after they have their heart broken, when they try to go up and be friends with a celebrity. Yes. Okay. And Chang did have a third one, which was also great. Okay. Which I already put up here. Nice. Transporting information by social media is much faster. Don't say more faster. Is much faster and more efficient than traditional media. Okay. By the way, on the whole is a word that I recommend that you guys learn. So on the whole means that there are some negatives, but there's more beneficial things. So that's what on the whole means. Okay. Can one sell products and advertisements on social media platforms? Ooh, that is a good one. I like that. You guys are coming up with all of these great benefits of social media. Thanks, Uzal. Perfect. Okay, no one's saying any of the negatives, though. How is society harmed by social media? It could help us get news and information that is blocked or forbidden by the government. Ooh, that's true. Nice. We have some rebels here. Yes. And I'll add a new word here. Facilitates freedom. Just so that you guys have a higher level collocation that you guys can learn. Social media facilitates freedom. It could help us get the news or information that is blocked or forbidden by the government. Or by a government. Okay, nice. Any detriments? How does social media harm society? I can tell when there's a new word for you guys because the view count drops. Like, I'm pretty sure as soon as I said facilitate freedom, a lot of people went to a new tab to find the meaning of the word because it goes from 6 to 4. It's like, I see. And then it goes back up to 5 or 6. So don't forget, guys, if you guys don't know words, you can ask me too. This is a live stream. I can help you out. I'm going to put a few up here really fast. It has been proven to be addictive. It allows companies amoral organizations access to a ton of our personal information. It has really polarized our society. And what Chang said is great. So, for example, this is often used to make them money with limited benefit for the users, and data breaches can lead to serious consequences for its users. Okay. Facilitate freedom and freedom of the press are different. Freedom of the press is, think of it as a noun phrase. Freedom of the press is the right to say anything you want without government interference. So, for example, in America, we have freedom of the press. What that means is that the government cannot go to a newspaper and say, you cannot print that. You cannot say that. It stops censorship. It stops governments from being able to control the newspaper. That's what freedom of the press means. In some other countries, the government can tell a newspaper, don't print that story. And that means that they don't have freedom of the press. Facilitate freedom means that it makes freedom available or it makes freedom easier. So facilitate is a verb. So facilitate freedom. Okay. And oh yeah, cyberbullying. Sorry, I almost forgot. Has allowed for cyberbullying. Okay. I don't know why all of this is 18. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. There's one thing that I really want to go into, and that's polarizing our society. Do you guys know what this means? I got some lemon tea with no sugar, and it is so sour. It's almost impossible to drink. Okay, thank you, Bai, for saying that you don't know what polarizing means. So polarizing, when I say that society has become polarized, or social media has polarized our society, it means that people will no longer compromise with people who have differing opinions or views. For example, liberals in America now believe that conservatives are idiots and cannot be reasoned with. Conservatives, likewise, see liberals as being entitled can't use bad words. Entitled jerks who can't be reasoned with. Okay, so basically what this means is that the two sides can no longer find any common ground. If you're liberal, you hate conservatives. If you're conservatives, you hate liberals. And as people are on social media, this is because social media is an echo chamber. It only gives us news that reinforces our beliefs. And so it makes us more and more radical and less willing to work with others who have different beliefs. So social media is an echo chamber. Really nice high-level term here. And then I clarify, I say what it is. And this is something that I hope you guys practice doing. If you use a high-level word, and especially if you're English is not very, very good, the examiner may think that you missaid it or you didn't know what you're talking about. So if you clarify it in the following sentence, so if you say what it means in the following sentence, you're showing the examiner, this is a high-level word, and I know what it means. So I hope that you guys see that I just did that here if you guys want to practice it with your own answers. Okay. Yeah. People will no longer compromise with people who have different opinions or views. That's what polarize means. The two sides are farther and farther away. There's no middle ground. Okay, Chung says nowadays the information social media is hard to judge which is true or false. I was going to say that exactly. Excellent job, Chung. So, social media has led to the spread of false information. And then just underneath, we'll just say nowadays the information on social media is hard to judge which is true or false. This is Chinglish-y. It's nowadays it is hard to judge whether the information on social media is true or false. So this is the correct way to say it. I'm pointing this out because I knew that was a Chinglish sentence because that's how it would be said in Chinese. So this is how we would say it in English. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay, but great answer, Cheng. I was going to say that next if no one else said it. So great job, guys. Now that we're done with that, let's go on down to what you guys really care about. Speaking part 3. So we already have a few here. And I will fix them in a second. Hi, Tom. Welcome. Happy to have you. We are doing vocabulary for talking about social media. We've just now gone to part 3 of speaking. So if you guys could come up with some questions that you think you might see about social media on speaking part 3. Remember, these are abstract, so they're not about your situation. They're about social media in general, in the abstract. Okay. So do you think social media was a good invention? That's great. Why has social media gotten so popular, or what can account for the rise in social media's popularity? Is social media spying on people? This one is a little bit weird. I would probably say, are social media companies spying on people? Or is the government spying on people through social media? Oh my goodness. I'm playing a new game that is really good, and I really want to recommend it. It's called Orwell. If anyone has read 1984, you know where this is coming from. Orwell game. Okay, I highly recommend this game. This is the cover of it. I just started playing it, and basically your job in this game is to use social media. You work for an evil government. You work for Big Brother, which means it's your job to spy on the citizens of this government, of this fake country, and it's your job to look at social media and find information about some terrorists who bombed a plaza in the area, and it's really good. It makes you feel so uncomfortable. Like, as you're doing and as you're learning about these people based on their information online, you feel really weird and bad and uncomfortable. And then the things that you tell your boss leads to things that happen in that world. It is a really good game. And if you want to practice your English, it's an English game. But yeah, if you really want to look into these two things, I recommend you play this game. Again, I just started it, playing it with a friend on Sundays, but if you guys want to feel uncomfortable and play a good game, try out this game. Okay, so do you guys have some more questions? Speaking part 3 questions, give them to me. And then after we get enough of them, we'll start looking at answers. So I'll give you guys a minute or two to type up some questions. We have 3 already, which is great, but I think we can come up with some more. Chang says, ooh, that is good. We're going to change it a little bit. Chang, we're going to change it a little bit because remember, it won't be about you. Part 3 questions will never be about you. You can use your own personal experience as a detail when you're trying to make a point, when you're answering a question. But make sure that you're always talking about it in the abstract. So to change this, we're going to say, when should children be able to use social media without supervision? Okay. So again, I want to point this out because a lot of people make the mistake where they hear this abstract question and then they immediately go into their own situation. Always answer the question directly first before you go into details. So when should children be able to use social media without supervision? I think that they should be able to use social media when they're 6 years old. No, that's terrible. When they're 15, 16, or 17. And then after that, you can explain why. For example, my parents let me do it when I was 12, and that was way too young. If I had a kid, I wouldn't let them use it without supervision until they were 14, 15, or 16. Okay. And a similar question that's very closely related would be, when should children be able to use social media? Collocation is not a collocate. I'm sorry, Uzal. Yes. And should people be allowed to post anything they want on social media? Ooh, I like that. So when you say anything, I'm assuming you mean like political activism and not something that I can't talk about on YouTube. Yes. Should people be allowed, just a few little grammar things, should people be allowed to post anything? And this is what I'm talking about. This is why pronunciation practice is so important. And this is for everybody, so that you guys make sure that you guys hear it correctly, and make sure that you're saying it and answering it correctly. Okay, but bye, that's a great question. All right, if you guys want to give some more questions, that's fine. If you guys want to give your own answers now, this is the time. And of course, if you guys want me to answer any questions, just let me know, and I will answer them for you. But again, I prefer to help you make your answers better. I think seeing why one of your answers is right or how one of your answers can be improved is a lot more useful for you guys. So go ahead. If you guys have more questions, you can, of course, continue to put them in chat. But give me some of your answers. Take some time. I know it takes a little bit of time to come up with your ideas. Go ahead. Let me know. I can also tell when you guys are typing because the view count goes down. It goes from 6 people to 4 people. Someone is about to post their question because we just went up to 5 people. So go on ahead, give me your answer, and I will help you out. And again, if you guys want, because the screen does become blurry sometimes, you guys can, of course, click the document right here. And if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out a lot. Come on, guys, you can do it. All right, Bai's the first one out the gate. Bai, you've become a much faster typer. Oh, and a tricky answer. I'm assuming that this one is an answer to should people be able to post anything they want. Okay. So, I think the government, the government, should, well, actually, if you say I think government should, that's actually also okay. I take that back. Should have some regulations on the freedom of social media used. We're going to change this a little bit on how freely social media can be used. But to be honest, I don't know how. But honestly, I don't know how this would be done. Okay. It's perfectly fine to say this. I'm going to highlight it. It's perfectly fine to say this. Just be aware the examiner will probably ask you some follow-up questions. They're probably going to ask you to say why you think this way. So even if you can't say how it would be done, you will have to come up with another one that says how. Or you could give some examples of what exactly they would be regulating. They really need some rules to combat cyberbullying. Too many young people are victims of it. And I believe that saving them from this harm is more important than allowing people to say whatever they want online or on social media. Okay. So combat cyberbullying, another great high-level word you guys can be using. And I see a bunch of people put stuff down. So if you want, you can also say why you believe this, or you can have another specific example of what they would regulate. If you want to add that to your answer, that's perfectly fine. Next up, Chang, that's a great question. Let me put that down here at the bottom. How do you distinguish from true from false? True information from false information. From false information. You see on social media. Also, one last thing, Cheng, I know that this is a really minor thing, but I do recommend that when you practice typing, make sure you always get rid of the space before the question mark, because in your writing especially, punctuation matters. So if you have those spaces, it will lower your score a little bit. Okay, let's see the next one as well. Uzal, when children pass their 18th age, let's fix the grammar there a little bit, and then we'll get to Tom's. So that was what age. Uzal, were you answering what age they should be able to do it without supervision, or when should children be able to use social media? Okay. We're going to change the grammar here a little bit to fix it. When they turn 18. I don't think they should be able to use it before that. It's not good for their mental health. Okay, so the thing that I want to point out here, this should be when they turn 18. Which is exactly why you're here, so you can learn the right way to say it. When they turn 18 is what we would say. And then adding this extra information would make your answer a little bit longer and therefore a little bit better. Okay. And then Tom. Welcome, Tom. Nice to see you. People should not be allowed to post anything they want on social. There should be certain limitations and regulations to prevent hate speech and criminal actions. Tom, that is a great answer. Let me put this up here underneath buys. Okay. Yeah. On social media, that's the only thing that I would really change. People should not be allowed to post anything they want on social media. There should be certain limitations, nice, and regulations to prevent something. This is actually a really nice sentence frame. And this is something that I want you guys to know. Don't only steal sentence frames from me. Sometimes your classmates will have a really good sentence. You can steal that too. Me and Phil are not the only people out there with great ideas. Feel free to steal from your partners. Yeah, Tom, I don't have too much to add here. Just remember that the examiner may have some follow-up questions to really push you to make sure that you understand the topic. So should people be allowed to post anything they want on social media? They shouldn't. So some follow-up questions that might happen is, does your government currently do this? Or what would be considered too far in terms of government set limitations and regulations? And what are some examples of such hate speech and criminal actions? So I just want to point out that any of these are questions that you may get asked after your answer. Because your answer is quite thorough, it's good. There's not too much that you would naturally say after this. But again, in part 3, the examiner will ask you more questions to really see if you understand what you're talking about. So any of these may be it. This third one, this would be only if you're very high level. So if you're kind of mid or lower level, don't be worried. You won't have to answer this one. But any of these would be possible follow-up questions. Okay. Chang has another one. Do you think social media needs a screening committee? What kind of committee do you think is proper when it comes to think about freedom of thought? Ooh. This would be a question that they would only ask you if you're extremely high level. The first part, they may say. The second part would be like if they thought you were an 8 or a 9. If they thought you were a 9, they would ask you the second one. Okay. I'll wait another maybe 2 minutes to see if there's any more answers that you guys want me to check. And then if you want me to answer any of these, just let me know which ones, and I'll be more than happy to do that. But it has been a little bit over 2 hours, so we will be wrapping it up shortly. So are there any of these that you want me to answer, or are there any more answers that you want me to check for you? take your time, don't worry. I'll wait another minute or two. Which question, Chang? I'm afraid to ask. Which question do you want me to answer? Okay, yeah, I can do that one. And I do want to let you guys know, this is just some general advice. Learn enough to get the score you need to pass. Unless you are trying to immigrate to like Canada or some other country that has a point-based system where the higher the score you get, the easier it is for you to immigrate, like Canada. You really only need to get to the score that you need. It's a lot easier to learn a language when you're over there. I've seen this all the time where students really struggled. They got their 6, they got their 6.5, then they moved abroad, and then they moved up to an 8 just because of their exposure and using English all the time. So don't overstretch. Like if you only need a 7, don't waste time trying to learn this an answer to this question. You only need the score you need. Work for that goal. Make sure you aim a little bit above it before you take your test so that if you have a bad day, you still get the score you need. But don't overstretch. Don't try to go for the super intense ones. But let me do this. Yep, I'll answer Cheng's, and then I'll answer Bai's. Okay, and Raghav says CLB10. So if you could tell me which one that means, I will do that for you, Raghav, as well. So really fast, how do you distinguish true information from false you see on social media? It's really difficult. And most people don't take the time to do it. You need to look at the sources that were cited, if there were any, to see if they are reputable. Then you really should look for other articles covering the same information, the same thing, from other viewpoints. For example, don't only read the liberal papers, articles on the topic. Look for some from the other side. Okay. Then you need to use your critical thinking abilities to see what was true and what was false. Okay. Alternatively, you could say you should try to find an article on the topic written by an expert. This means someone who has published papers that were peer-reviewed in established and reputable journals. However, that is not all. You should also see where the funding for their research comes from, as many companies pay academics to put their products in good light. In a good light. Really, it's all super exhausting. And most people don't have the time or energy to do it. Okay, I know that this is long, but you guys can always go back and look again because this is a live stream. And let me answer the one from Bai, and then Reghab says 8.5, 8.7, 5, and 7.5 each. Reghab, sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean. I can see that those are IELTS scores, but are you saying what your target is? And then let me answer Bai's really fast. Okay. About spying. Because you don't know if you've been spied on or not. Okay. I actually could totally see the government spying on me. I believe they do it to try to prevent any future terrorist attacks. They monitor the internet for I believe they monitor the internet for any suspicious activity. For example, if I looked up how to build a bomb and then looked for prices of fertilizer on Craigslist, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a knock on my door from the FBI. Okay. Alternatively, you could go in the other direction, and you could say that is a huge invasion of privacy. I totally trust my government not to be doing this. If they did, they would be hit by some major lawsuits. Okay. And one more option. I didn't used to believe this, but then we got report after report, like the ones from Snowden, that showed, yes, the government does spy on us through social media. That is why you should always be careful about what you post online. Okay. So I hope you guys found these answers. Okay. Nice. Oh, Raghav. That is tough. 8.5, 8, 7.5, and 5.5. Yes. Okay. If those were your scores, congratulations. If those are your targets, good luck. Yeah, I hope you guys find these 3 useful and interesting. I could totally see the government spying on me. This is a nice phrase to learn. And then you say why, and then you say what they do, and then an example of the situation. Yes. And then here, a huge invasion of privacy. And I trust them. Do you guys trust the government? Do you trust your government? Don't answer that. You may lose internet. And then I didn't used to believe this, but then we got report after report, like from Snowden. Again, you can use modern things like that. All right. You guys have been an awesome audience. I've got some good news on my side. By the way, this is Q&A. If you guys have any questions for me about the IELTS exam, about me, about English, about anything, you can of course ask me now before I leave. I've got some happy news. Tomorrow I'm going to be getting my first COVID shot. Huzzah! And I am very excited, but also a little bit wary about it. I know I'm supposed to feel terrible after getting it. I really hope that doesn't happen to me. Also, what makes it even worse is that I need to get it at 8 a.m. tomorrow. I have not woken up that early in a very long time, so I really hope I don't sleep through it. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I can talk about anything. And then you guys will be on your way and have a fantastic rest of your evening. Any questions from you guys? Did you guys find this useful? Drink a lot of water. Thank you. I will do that. I will drink all the water. Just like Chang said earlier, you heard all the things. Okay, I will drink water, guys. You guys have been great. Thank you, Tom. Tell your friends as well. Me and Phil are working hard to grow this channel. If you have any friends, share it. Like it. Thank you for coming. And don't forget that this is a YouTube live stream, which means that you guys can always go back and watch it again for any parts that you might not have understood 100%. Leave comments if you guys have any questions afterwards, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Don't forget, based on our schedule, Phil will be doing a mock exam on the 13th. Friday at 8, if you guys want to practice that. If you guys want to work together, remember there is a Discord channel. Just make sure to have it be successful. You get on Discord and you say when you're free and see if anyone else can join you at that time. We have all of these questions, all of this vocabulary that you guys can practice. And there are plenty of people who want to talk to people in the Discord. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. Don't forget, on Wednesday, I will be stopping by to talk to you guys about any books that you're reading or TV shows that you're watching in English. It won't be a live stream. It's just going to be me chatting Wednesday at 8. And yeah, I'm glad you found it useful. Raghav, for how much time are you talking about to get to the score that you need? It really does depend on what your current level is. So if you've taken the IELTS exam before, just let us know next live stream, and I can tell you how long I think it would take you to get to that very high level. Alright guys, I don't know if we'll have a new video on Wednesday. We might, but I hope to see you guys in Discord. You guys have been great, and enjoy the rest of your evenings. And Bai says, is there any other words other than in the post? Everything that I wrote and said is in this post. So this document is open for everyone. Just click the link right there to check it out. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day or evening.